Hello and welcome, guys. Congratulations on enrolling in iMakeNoise University. This portion right here, we're going to talk about the e-commerce empire. Now, with this portion, we're going to actually talk about a platform which we use, which is called Shopify, where you're going to set up your store. All right. And so I'm just going to go through a little bit of the basics to get you started so that you know what plan to choose, and basically each portion of what you're supposed to do in order to set up your Shopify in order to get you rolling even faster. Right. So the first thing that you want to do is enter in your email. Now, this is going to be your personal email. Do not worry, your customers will not see this as long as you follow the steps and directions of these videos. We're going to show you what your customers will see in the future, but this one you want to be your personal email address so that you receive all of the information that is needed. All right, and so I'm going to go ahead and put in my email right here. We're just going to create a dummy account that we can work with. All right. And you just want to go ahead and enter in a password. Now you want to enter in your store name. Now you can change your store name. The only difference is that when you're logging in, you have to use the same name. This will be your .my Shopify name. Now you can also use a domain in order to brand your store, which we highly suggest. And we're going to show you how to get a domain through Shopify. That's going to allow you to create your professional looking emails and a professional looking site. All right, and so now you want to use something that's not too generic, but something that sounds user friendly, right? And it also has to be available. So that sometimes throws a wrench in what you're doing. Is that you may come up with a cool idea, and it's not necessarily available for you. So what we're going to do is choose a email. I'm sorry, choose a store name. Let's see. Let's see. Hottrends.com. Well, hot trends. Okay. So let's see if we could put a space in between it. That already exists. mytrends.com. Okay. So you can see here that it's a little bit harder than it looks as far as just finding one that's available. So we're just gonna play around with this one. Let's see, your trends. Perfect. So we're gonna create your store, and I may actually just keep this one for myself. All right, and then you're gonna get through this little gear right here, and now you're ready to set up your account. So of course you want to put your first name and your last name. All right, and your street address. Now I make up a PO box because I don't want everybody to know my information. Right, and we'll go ahead and move on from here. And are you already selling? So always you're going to put, no, I'm not selling products yet. Unless you have tried with a different system, then you can go ahead and put in your different system. But we're assuming here that you are brand new and that you've never done this. So let's see. Do you have something to sell? No, I'm just playing around. Now, if you have your own product, you can. But this is just a typical generic answer once again. We're going to say starting off with 0, I'm just getting started. All right, you're not setting it up for a client unless you're doing some type of consulting. So let's go ahead and enter my store. All right, and now we have entered into the store. You can see here that you have just now started a trial. Just to give you like a brief overview of what's going on inside your store. So now you have an online store, and it's going to show you a few things that you can go through, like adding a product, which we're going to go through a little bit later, selecting a theme, adding a domain, right? And so like this is one of the first things that you want to do. So you just want to go ahead and click on add a domain. Now, if you lose that area, you can also just go click on that globe emblem right here. and then just click on domains. Now this one is asking you if you already have an existing domain. Now since you do not have an existing domain, then you're not gonna put it. Then you're not gonna put your domain name in here yet. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna hit cancel. Unless of course you do have an existing domain name, go ahead and write it right here, and they'll go ahead and forward it for you. But we're gonna go ahead and press cancel, and we're just gonna click on buy new domain. And so right here is where you're gonna put in your domain name. Now what you want to do is you're gonna have to check for the availability of it. And you can see that this one is already taken, so you may not get the best selection of your domain name, but you can always change it around. So now this is where it comes in handy, where you can change the name of your store. And it is $13 for a full year. That's all that is that you pay. And then also this allows you to create those professional looking emails, such as support@yourtrends.com. So yeah, but since we're not focused on that, we're not going to go ahead and take up any more time searching for a domain. But you just want to try different combinations of them that will allow you, or that makes sense to your business. All right. And so now what you want to do is kind of go through the checklist, and the first thing that you want to do is just go through your home, and we're going to go ahead and move to the order section. And just to go ahead and show you exactly what this does, this is where all of your orders are going to come in at. You're going to see your customer's name. You're going to see what it is that the customer, where the customers live. You're going to see what it is that they purchased. You're going to see how much you made. This is your drafts. This is where you actually create your order. And I'm going to show you guys a neat trick with some of the apps that we use here for creating the order. So if somebody emails in, you can either invoice them an email, or you can take your or you can set your payments over email, by phone, as long as they give you a way to pay. Or if they mark it as if they pay you outside of it, you can go ahead and mark it as pay. And you can even find your customers right here. So if they ever entered into your store and entered in any type of information, all you have to do is begin to write their name, and you'll be able to add that customer's information, pull it up, and go ahead and create the order. Right. The next thing is abandonment checkouts. Now in this area, this is where people that began to buy items are going to now show up in this area. So when they show up inside this area, you're going to have an app which is called Abandonment Protector, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to install that and exactly how to run it. So with Abandonment Protector, what you're going to do is that it's going to go ahead and email all of those people that began to buy something but did not for whatever reason, and just remind them that they have an item here, or kind of entice them to go ahead and buy. Now what this does is it for one creates it creates a relationship. It lets the customer know that you are available and that you will reach out to them and that you will talk to them, which also brings in more sales. Sometimes you may miss a sale because your site doesn't look as legitimate, or they're a little bit skeptical because they're on the internet. And we all know how people steal credit cards and things like that over the internet. And so just like how you want to feel safe and protected, that's how other people want to feel. And so when it's something, a new store where they never really heard of, the first contact is always what's best. So having that automatic response from Abandonment Protector definitely helps out your store. You may be missing about 20 to 30% of your sales if you do not have this inside your store. All right. Products. Now this is where you're going to add your products. Don't get antsy yet. We're going to go ahead and have a whole nother module on adding products, on how to find the products and add these into here. But this is where you're going to find each and every one of your products that you have placed inside your store. And this is where you actually manage the inventory that you have. And so when you have like some of the apps that we use, or if you just have like a certain amount of items, say that you have a personal vendor, you'll be able to see exactly how many items this person has, and it keeps track of the inventory for you. So when it's coming out, you'll be able to see how many is left, and all of the above. Okay, so that's transferring the inventory. Now this is where your inventory actually lays. Once again, it's the same thing. Just pretty much tracking your product inventory. You could put the name of your products. Add as many products as you need. Um, this one is add transfer, which actually goes to the transfers button. And now collections. Collections, we're going to show you guys how to create collections as well, but this is where all of your products will be inside of this area. Right? Here's another great one, gift cards. Gift cards are a whole nother way to actually making more revenue. Great for around the seasonal times, great for birthdays. Send a couple of emails out about the gift cards, and they may actually buy it. And that also brings more business to your business, because now people are going to be able to buy using gift cards and prepay before that. Not to mention, think about how many gift cards you have laying at home that you never used. So people just buy gift cards, and necessarily you don't have to buy any inventory until they buy. All right. Now this is where your customers are. Now you can add customers, you can import customers if you have another platform. But when customers actually buy the item, you don't have to do none of this. It's automatically brought into your store. So when they put in their information, it's here, and you're able to you're able to see and keep track of your customers, what they bought, how many orders they did. They're repeat customers, and this is great for upselling and giving them more gifts and goodies and treats and things like that. All right. And so now this is where your reports are. Now, since we're on the 14-day trial, this option is available. But if you do not choose at least the $79 option, which is right here, you will not have that. And so while we're on the subject, let's go ahead and talk about a little bit of the plans. And so the plan right here, this comes without the reports. This allows you to actually add some of your products. I do not suggest having the $29 a month option, because it does take out different things. And then also your credit card rates are only 2.9% or is being taken out from it, which actually accumulates over the amount of time on how much you're receiving inside your payout. All right. And then you also get a discount on the shipping labels if you ever have to do manual shipping. And then you're only allowed 2 staff accounts. And so when you start really rolling, you're going to want a lot more staff accounts, because you're going to be outsourcing a lot of this. Now, what I do suggest is a $79 a month. Now, the $79 a month one, this one allows you to have all the reports, pretty much everything that you need in order to get started. Okay, so here is the difference between your Shopify payments. Now you have the basic Shopify, which this is $29 a month. And what this allows you to do is it allows you to have 2 staff accounts, and it allows you to basically sell your products on the online store. So it's a very minimal that you can have up on Shopify. I wouldn't suggest this, because some of the greater things that you're going to be using is inside the $79 a month plan. Now the $79 a month plan is my highly suggested plan. And the reason why is because, for one, the difference between these two is that you're going to receive more sales with just like gift cards, different professional reports, and the abandonment cart recovery, right? And so all of these you get with the $79 a month and not the $29 a month. And now the $299 a month, this is mainly good for the staff accounts, to be honest, because the only thing that's really different on this one is that there's an advanced report, and then also the carrier calculated shipping. But what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to receive carrier calculated shipping and why it's important a little bit later on with our better shipping module here. And you're going to be able to put that inside the $79 a month plan, making that $99 a month plus the actual apps. So you guys will have some apps. We're going to talk about that a little bit at the end of this video, on which apps you're going to use in order to get your in order to have a professional and legitimate looking store. And you're definitely going to want to get these apps, everybody. You want to make sure that your store is up to par and that it's a very converting store in order to generate the sales and generate the goal, the achieved goal of money that you want to achieve, right? Okay. So we're going to go ahead and move forward. So we went over the customers and the reports. Now the discounts. This part right here, you're going to see a little bit more of this as well. What this does is that this allows you to create discounts inside your store, different discount codes. So when they type it in, you can choose. Oh, they're going to receive free shipping. They're going to receive. They're going to receive a certain percentage off, or even if they just receive an item free. This is all up to you, and it's through creating the discounts. We're going to show you some great strategies on how to utilize this inside your business. All right, and here you have your online store. Now this is a very big part. We're going to go over how to create a good looking store so that you just don't have this plain store right here that just has a name, but we're actually going to go through, make logos and things like that and banners in the next module. Here's where you create your blog post. You don't necessarily have to have a blog post. If you like to blog, you can go ahead and do that. And you can also run traffic to it as well in order to gain more traffic to your store. Now the different pages, we're going to go about that in the next module, going over what type of pages that you want to have, how to add it to the navigation, which is right here, which is just the links at the top. Now all of this is just the building of your online store. So the main things that you want to focus on in this module is 1, the domains, 2, the preferences. Okay, and so now in your preferences, if you did not choose a plan, you're gonna have an automatic password block here with some words that people are gonna have to type in order to even see your store. Now this is just there to protect your store, but you cannot open your store for business until you select your plan. So before you start running any type of products, make sure you go through these videos, make sure that you remove this password. And here's where you're going to enter in your Google Analytics, your Facebook pixels, and then somewhere of your homepage title and meta description. So basically here, the only thing that you want to add in right now is that you want to go ahead and add in the name of your store. So we're going to say your trends. Then just give it like a brief description. It is optional, but it does allow you to rank better on Google. So using like different keywords. So we'll actually type in your trends. We're going to say something like your trends is a store dedicated to the satisfaction of our buyers. We keep the most unique, general products, including, and you could just put like a few subjects such as anime. This is really going to help your keyword research when people are looking for you. Cartoon, apparel, and novelty items at a reasonable price. Okay, so we didn't have enough. So apparel. I'll just leave it there. And so some of these keywords like anime, cartoon, and apparel, this is going to help people find you when they're looking for you. So moving forward, what you want to do now is that now you want to go ahead and set up your Google Analytics account. And so now you can kind of look inside this and click on learn more about Google Analytics to learn it. But basically, in short, the Google Analytics enables you to track what visitors come to your store. So basically it allows you to just spy out and see exactly what's going on in your store and what people are doing. The Google Analytics will generate different reports that will help you with marketing. And so the reason why this is strongly recommended is because it can show you where your traffic is coming from. So if you know where your traffic is coming from, then you know where to target and how to expound on that. All right. So in order to set up a Google Analytics account, first off, you just go to google.com. We're just going to type in Google Analytics. Okay, my computer just went a little haywire right there, so we're going to go ahead and turn that in again, and we're going to type in Google Analytics. Right, and you can see that's right here. So in brief, it also is analytics.google.com. And what you're going to do is you're going to first sign up for it. Then you're going to add a tracking code. So let's go ahead and sign up for it really quick. Okay, and so now I'm just going to put Gary Anthony. Website name, your trends, and myshopify.com. All right here. Okay, so we're just going to put that right here. Industry. The industry that you want to put is going to say, I believe it says retail. Shopping. There we go. So shopping. Report a time zone. Put your time zone. And then you're going to leave all of this. And then you're just going to click on Get Tracking ID. Now, once you get this, you want to go ahead and accept all that's above. It loads the page. And bingo. Now you have your tracking code. Okay. And so you take this tracking code and you're going to place it right here. Just like that. And now you're fully set up with your Google Analytics. And we'll go a little bit further in adding your Facebook pixel in the next one, because that goes more so with your website. All right. And so that pretty much does it. So you want to go ahead and save this. We're just going to go to settings, and then you just want to go ahead and make sure that all of this is correct. So now what you want to know is that you're going to change this over to your support. So this is going to say something like support at yourtrends.com. All right, and so now this is of course gonna be real. Once you actually create your domain name, they're gonna allow you to set up an email, and you want to just use something like support at yourstore.com or help at yourstore.com, and use that for your customer email, and then you can have it sent over to another email. Now, I highly suggest creating another Gmail solely for the purposes of customer service, because it is very easy to get lost on these. All right. One platform that we use is called Zendesk.com. I'm going to go ahead and give that to you guys as well. Now, this is a pretty expensive platform. Basically, you can go ahead and try it for free. Just by putting in the email and password. And what it does is it has a plethora. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and log into ours really quick. But it has a plethora of things that you can use. It has a place where you can add your own number. You can see here we have like tons of emails coming in already to our stores. Different orders. If there's any complaints, mainly most of the things that you're going to receive is people saying, "Where is my order?" And so we're going to give you guys a few emails to give them when sending out these your orders, to kind of alleviate some of the emails that you're going to receive. But do remember that this is a Shopify business, so you're going to receive complaints, you're going to receive questions about certain items, and you're going to receive some of the people that just don't quite read what you put down. It is all part of customer service, and it just kind of comes with the territory. So do not be overwhelmed when you see different emails. This one you can see here, there's a lot, but it's mainly because we have like over 13 stores inside this one email hub. So this is why we use this. But if you do not wish to go into such a big budget and as far as customer service, a simple Gmail is fine. Use that domain in order to mask your help email, make it look professional, and then also create a Google number. Right? A Google number. Very simple. Go to google.com. Type in Google Voice. All right. And as long as you're signed inside your Gmail, you're going to be able to create a brand new Google number. So I don't think that we created one for here. So I'm just going to go ahead and create one. I want to use a new number. And so you have to actually attach it to a number too. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my number right here. Now you guys can call it, but this is a fake number, so you're not gonna be able to really reach me by here. All right. So it's gonna have you actually verify it, and then you'll be able to choose the phone. It'll have you choose a phone number once it actually verifies. So like I said, I used a fake number, so that's not going to go through right now. But it verifies a number, and then you're able to see all of your text messages through this one place. You'll be able to leave voicemails. You'll be able to call out to people, or you can actually have it on and have them call you. I highly suggest just having the voicemails. Leave a voicemail that says that email is the best place to reach you. Make it professional. And all you want to do is just listen to the emails and then just send them an email back. And most of the time, they don't even want to call back as long as things are being handled. So make sure that you're on top of things and make sure that you are writing and keeping in contact with your customers, in order to keep down your your customer retention rate, and not receive any refunds. The key to e-commerce is making sure that your customer service is intact so that you're not receiving refunds for the items that you are selling. All right. So we're just going to go back here. And then the next thing that you want to do is make sure that your payment is set up to a T. With Shopify payments, this is how you receive your credit card payments. Now, the goal of this is to get you paid out every day. Now, when you're first starting, you're going to receive your first payment within 3 days of when this ordered. So, so if you are kind of tight on budget and you don't want to buy your items up front, what you can do is that you can allow 3 to 5 business days in order for the items to process, and you definitely still want to make sure that this is set up. So you can see here that they have the different, so they have like an example here, and this is the entire form that you want to fill out. So you don't need the EIN number. It is optional. Go ahead and go through it. Put your date of birth, the last 4 of your social security number. You can put like a small description. We're just going to put general retail products. Very simple. And then you just want to put your routing number and your account number to your bank. Now this is like I said, this is how you receive your payments. So everything works as an ACH check, something like a direct deposit. You click on complete account setup, and then you'll be able to receive payments through Shopify already using Stripe, right? The next portion is also setting up your PayPal. Now, you do not have this as a PayPal, because it automatically takes the first email that you put in. So if that email is not your PayPal, then what you want to do is go ahead and click on Edit and click on Deactivate. Deactivate that PayPal, and then you're going to choose PayPal Express and put in the correct email. Now, if that email is the same as the PayPal that they have on file, then you're just going to leave it alone and you're not going to do anything. So go ahead and click on Activate, and it'll take you to PayPal where you can finish setting up your process. And it's going to look a little something like this, just allowing it to load up. Then you're just going to go ahead and just put in your email. Simple and easy, and that is very, very important. Also on your checkout. So right now it automatically gives you accounts are disabled. You want to make those accounts optional, because for one, it creates the relationship with your customer, and it allows your customer to save their information to come back and make more deals. Who doesn't want a customer that's going to automatically come back and make more sales? Right? So require last name. We're going to go ahead and go require first and last name. Company, we want to make that optional. Address line 2, optional. Phone number, optional. If they want us to call them, we want to definitely have access to them. Customer agrees to receive promotionals emails by default. You definitely want this clicked. This is going to go a long way inside of your email marketing. And when I first started, I did not know about that, and I was so mad on all the money that I missed out on because I did not click on that one button. So make sure that you click on that one button. Click on automatically archive the order after the item has been fulfilled. What happens is inside your orders, it's going to give you a number of how many open items there are. And so if you already fulfilled the item, you want it to be archived so that you can be accurate as to how many more orders that you're going to have that are open and that you're going to have to fulfill. All right. This portion is for more of your Facebook pixel things to help you track what it is that you're doing. And here you want to go ahead and generate these two items right here. I'm going to give you guys a custom refund policy that we use so that it will fully protect you as far as PayPal goes and as far as your Shopify payments go. If anybody tries to refund or anything like that. So we're going to go ahead and click save on this. All right. And we're going to go through shipping a little bit later. Notifications. Go ahead and set up your notifications as to how you would like to receive it. Just kind of take a look through these, read it through. I leave everything so that I can see all of my notifications. All right. Sales channel, you definitely want to make sure that there's online store. And that's all that's basically to it. So this is the main foundation of your store. Make sure that you set up each one appropriately. And I'll see you guys on the next module.